Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be talking to you about the manual of arms for the M1 Grand.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. Like I said earlier, out on the range, I'm doing the manual of arms for the M1 Grand. The M1 Grand was developed in the 1930s by a Canadian named John Cantus Gayran. He was hired by Springfield Armory while he was developing the rifle. The Grand was adopted by the U.S. military in 1936 and used in World War II, Korea, and training up through Vietnam. This particular M1 Grand was built by International Harvester in 1953. You may notice the name International Harvester. That company is still around today, builds tractors. IHC only built about 300,000 of the over 5 million M1s that were built during the war and in the 50s when IHC was building them. Primary builders of the rifle during World War II were Springfield Armory and Winchester, along with other subsidiaries that primarily would produce parts, barrels, other components used in the rifle. So what's the rifle made out of? The rifle stock is made out of a black walnut, primarily. During World War II, with shortages of wood or materials, they're using sometimes pine, cherry, and they would even take laminate wood and then cut that down into the stock. The primary metal used in the rifle, primarily the barrel, the receiver, and the bolt, was SAE 4150 steel. The rifle weighs 9.5 pounds, is 43.5 inches long, and has a 20-inch barrel. The M1 Grand shoots a 30 caliber bullet. The round is called a 30-06 Springfield. The rifle uses an 8-round end-block clip. Got an end-block clip here that they use. Got some dummy rounds. They would insert it into the top of the gun like so, and then you would push down. And then the spring would push the rounds up as it would feed. So how does the rifle work? When you pull the trigger, this is the sequence of events. The internal hammer in the trigger group hits the firing pin in the back of the bolt. The firing pin then hits a primer on the back of the bolt case, causing the primer to ignite the gunpowder. The explosion from the gunpowder propels the 30 caliber bullet down the barrel. And as the bullet leaves the barrel, some of the expanding gases go into a tube that is below the barrel here. And that gas goes down the tube and pushes against a piston. The piston then pushes the gases, making the bolt move back in the receiver, resetting the trigger and the internal hammer, allowing you to follow the process again. So you take the M1 down for cleaning. Rifle is empty, bolt's back, it's safe. You lock the bolt back. Then you take the trigger guard. You pop it, you flip it open. You pull out your trigger group, your internal hammer, and the plate that covers the magwell area. You then separate the stock from the rest of the rifle. So now you have just a forward handguard that's covering metal so that it doesn't get hot. You have your barrel, your receiver, and your bolt, which is pulled back right now. So at this point you can clean the rifle, take it apart further, so you can get to the piston system, clean any crud or carbon buildup off of it, and then you reverse the process to put the rifle back together. So in conclusion, this rifle was praised by George S. Patton as the greatest battle implement ever devised. The design would be modified to take a 20 round or a 10 round box mag and shoot a 308 bullet and be known as the M14. The M14 is still used today after being modified into the M14 EBR and is used as a marksman rifle in the military. Here's one of the sources I had, and have a good day. Thanks.